Well, basically, I'm getting 14 in about 2 weeks, and I decided, why don't I just sell all of my players on Ultimate Team on FIFA 13, because I'm not going to bother with it. So I just bought about 120k, 130k's worth of packs, and yeah, so I didn't even see who flashed up then. In the first pack I got Dede, and he sells for about a bag of chips now, which is absolutely rubbish. Ever since FIFA 14's come out, it's been like the Wall Street crash on FIFA 14. I got Ibrahimovic in a pack once and sold him for 450k, and I've just lost money on teams since, and that's why I could only open 120 to 30k's worth of packs. And contracts sell for quite a bit now, so I've got quite a lot of money to open packs with from the contracts. I feel like I spent a lot of the video listing contracts, which is a bit boring, but it's the best way to make money on the cheap now, really, if you've got a lot of contracts. The Joe Art pack, I forget what kind of luck this gave me now. It's my second pack, and we got a Juras, I think you pronounce his name, and he is Spanish, rare and rubbish, and we get more contracts, and it's just another discard pack, and you'll see plenty of these throughout the video, and it's just rubbish. It's a bad way to end 13. It was just a bad session. I was opening packs for about 20 minutes. Yeah, you've seen the whole footage. I don't think I spoke at all throughout the video because it was just that dull. There was no mood to the pack opening, which is rubbish. In the third pack we got Mbakani, and he is non-rare, which is disappointing for a 7.5k pack. We got Joachim Lau, who probably sells for about 500 coins. I think that's how much I listed him for. And the rest was just utter rubbish. More contracts to be listed for 400, 450 coins. And we got a formation modifier, but I'm guessing it was a rubbish formation modifier. We got a couple of 3-5-2 formation modifiers, and they sell quite a bit. And yeah, let's move on to the fourth pack, and we got Bonucci, which is another disappointment because he's also non-rare. And we got more contracts, which is just the theme of the majority of this pack opening, and it just got a little bit boring. And manager formation, well, there's no point, and I decided to stop selling the contracts because it just made this video boring, and I'm doing my best to make it exciting because it was a rubbish pack opening. I was bored out of my skull. This is the best player we got in the first 5 packs. Christian Tello. He's a winger for Barcelona, but he's a discard value pace player. And we got a formation modifier which sells for about, I'm not sure how much it sold for, but I know it sells for about at least 3k, so I've listed that as the start price, and I listed Christian Tello for about £1,000 because that's the most you're gonna get from a discard player, really. But we moved on to the 6th pack, and we got a Tim Cahill 7.5 pack, but it didn't give me any luck because I ended up with Elias. It's not even Elliot, it's Elias, and Elias is rubbish. But we got a pace player I listed him on the market, and he hadn't sold when I turned my Xbox off, so I'm not quite sure if he sells or not. He's got 86 pace, but he's only got 67 dribble and 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot, which is a good thing, but he's a 1-stat player, and they're just unpredictable as to how much it's going to sell for. And we move on to the next pack, which is another Tim Cahill 7.5, but yet again I get no luck, as I end up with Juan Fran he's one of those average players who sells between 1 and 2k, but even if he sells for a bit more now, no one's playing the game, so prices have gone up. Some of the expensive players' prices have gone down, and the cheap players' prices have gone up, but he stayed about the same, £1. He's one of those players who you shouldn't really discard. You can get a couple of grand off him, but there's no point really. He's one of those mainstream players who you probably get him a lot in packs. He's Spanish, plays for Atletico Madrid in 4-1-2-1-2. I'm not sure if he's sold, but we move on to the next pack, and we get Tim Cahill on the front again, which I thought was a bit strange. 3 in a row, and we got Nicholas Bentley, and I was just like, oh my god at this point, and I was just bored out of my skull, and this is about 8 packs in, something like that. I got a 352 that's what I was talking about at the start of the video, and yeah, it's probably the best thing that I got worth selling in the first 10 packs. Soldado on the front. Finally we had someone different than Cahill, and we got Salihovic. He's got a good stats, but he's got no pace and pace. This FIFA 13 was all about pace, and he's just a useless player in that aspect, so he's a discard value player. He's now a left back on 14, and I know Barry Ryan Williams, one of my mates, he got him in form on 14, but he only sells for about 20k, and he's a left back with 52 pace, which is a bit strange, going from a cam to a left back. But we move on. I'm not sure if that 4-2-3-1 sold. I'm not too familiar with formation modifiers. We get, I don't even know who that is on the front of that pack. I'm sorry, but we get Vertonghen. I would have been a bit more pleased if that was FIFA 14, because he looks a lot better on FIFA 14, and he's non-rare and he doesn't look brilliant. Well, his stats are good, but he's non-rare, and there's this feeling about non-rare players that you'd rather have a rare player to make your team look better, if you understand what I mean. But we quick sold the rest of that pack, and we get Oxlade-Chamberlain on the... No we don't, because we go to clear up my trade pile. As you can see, we do make a lot of money off the contracts, because the price have gone right up. We also got I opened 2 packs before the beginning of this video, and memory was full on my phone, so I chose to use the laptop instead. And so we've cleared up the trade pile, and we go to the packs, and we get some random guy on the front who didn't give us any luck. I didn't really get any outstanding luck throughout this pack opening. And we got Vedran Chorluk, and I was like, well, that's the worst player yet. And again, I was just really bored, and it was just laughably shit, this pack opening. And again, I was selling the contract because it was the best way to try and get my money back. Managers sell quite a bit now, even the non-rare managers, because no one's playing the game, so the price has gone up, which is a bit of an odd thing really. But I think I bought a 25,000 coin pack at some point, and here I was trying a superstitious tactic to try and get someone who gives you good luck on the front of the pack. I think, yes, this when I went for the 25k pack, and it took me ages to get someone lucky on the front. I wanted Tim Cahill or Joe Hart, and I ended up with Joe Hart, and I got Frank Lampard, and he is rubbish on this game. It's just an RIP scenario with Frank Lampard. He used to sell for 100k on FIFA 11, and now he sells for about well, 2k if you're lucky. He's one of those players you're not really sure, but you know he doesn't go for much. He's up and down because of his pace. And it's kind of sad because he's such a great player in real life, and he's just had a massive downgrade on FIFA, as if he's not even good anymore. But at this point I was running out of coins and it was edging towards the end of the pack opening, I think, and we got Walter Samuel. It's the highest rated player we got, but he's rubbish. And I think I listed him for about 800 coins and more contracts. I was obsessed with listing the contracts. I'd rather sell the contract than Samuel, because the contract will sell and Samuel will not. But he's probably still in the market now. I'm not even that arsed to check if he's sold or not, because it's for 13 and I'm not going to bother playing it anymore. We get the random guy on the front in the blue shirts who looks like... Oh, we got Troll Marcelo. I was happy at this point because I thought it was the real Marcelo. I thought, finally a decent player. What a surprise, Troll Marcelo. So I just quick sold him individually out of, not rage, but just like, you know what, you can just fuck right off. So I put up that silver guy, Chris Burke, for Birmingham City. I listed him start price grand. Not really sure what I was doing, but I don't know how much silver players go for. I haven't got a clue. But on with the next pack. Benzema on the front, and we got Zoltan Gira. This was the worst pack in the whole video. Zoltan Gira, some rare silver player, another contract. Contracts sell for more than Zoltan Gira, which is disgusting. And I quick sold the Liverpool badge because Mr. Davis, my history teacher, supports Liverpool, and yeah, it's just banter. Don't take any offence, any Liverpool fans, but yeah, I shall tell him about it. And Lionel Messi on the front, who doesn't give you any good luck. It's never a Messi for Messi. In fact, I got Di Michaelis. He gave me an Argentine, just not the one I wanted. Di Michaelis, one of the slowest goal players on the game. It was a real disappointment. Formation modifier, I thought it would have been a CF striker. I was getting my hopes up, and it was never going to be. The theme of this pack opening is just disappointments. It's what FIFA 13 gave a lot of people pack-wise. It's getting bombarded with party invites. Oh, I don't know why I didn't join, to be honest. I was just too busy opening packs, but yeah. Inform Courtois, I listed him for 17k and no one decided to buy him, which is a bit stupid because he is a brilliant keeper on 13. And there are still people playing the game, but just not a lot of people. And players do still sell at a normal rate, so people will have noticed him on the market, but they just decided not to buy. I decided to list for Tongan because my trade pile was full at first when I tried to list him. So I went back to my club and listed for Tongan. Sorry for the interference in the video, but yeah. And the fitness card that I got in one of the early packs, we listed that for 2k by now. They're a good way to make money, fitness cards, if you ever get one in a pack. And more rare contracts to desperately try and make myself some coins. I made enough coins to buy more packs, but the more packs I bought, the worse they got. And it was just rubbish, really. To be honest, I was boring myself selling the contracts. But yeah, back on with the pack opening. We go back to the FIFA store, well, before we get rid of my sold items, Dede sold for 1,400 coins. He was the first player I got, if I recall correctly, and Samuel's still on the market, and
final ever
so is Antoine Courtois, much to my dismay. And a contract sold, and I removed it because I have OCD about my trade pile for some reason. But anyway, back on with the pack opening, and we get Joe Hart on the front.
Please, Joe Hart.
And I did a toe pack for good luck because I thought this was going to be my last pack, and I don't think it was. I miscalculated because some of my players sold. I got Ledesma, and I don't even know who Ledesma is. I got 1,000 coins, and I got a fitness card, which is okay, I guess. It's the average pack. You just gotta be like, I suppose we'll accept that. It's still least I'm gonna get from EA, especially on 15. I've seen a lot of YouTubers get much better pack luck on 14 for some reason now. I'm not sure why that is. I've seen a lot of Chiellini's and Thiago Silva's going round. They come on the very rare occasion of 13. But Soldado on the front of this one is just one of those players who just won't give you good luck. You just know he won't give you good luck. But this is one of the last packs. I'm pretty sure we get Marchetti, which is, I was half pleased, but not. It was a good back about, say, 6 months ago. It's a decent pack because Marchetti sells for about 3-4k, and Ruiz you can get about 2k for him. So it's most of your money back on that pack. But nowadays Ruiz sells for a grand at most, and Marchetti hasn't even sold yet, if I recall correctly from my Xbox. And we move on, Ruiz for a grand, which is a realistic buy now price, and we click sell the rest. This is probably the second to last pack. We go back to my trade pile, and my fitness items have sold, and so is another contract. It's definitely a good way to make money off your 13.
By this point I will have run out of coins.
If you can afford to buy packs.
Joe Hart, give me one final it's 2k off, give me one final send off.
And we bought a 5k Tim Cahill pack. I think this was the last pack. And we got Lopo, and I don't even know who Lopo is, and we got a rare all injuries card, which is the most useless card known to man on FIFA Ultimate Team, and it was just a complete waste of time. 120 to 130k spent on packs, and it was just a disappointment to say the least. And saw the contracts, but it wasn't any use because I don't think we had enough to buy another pack. I think that was the last pack, and it was just disappointing in the end not to get any good players. We got some decent players in reality, like Marchetti and Lampard, but that's about it, and they sell for a bag of chips on FIFA, and it's rubbish. And my contract sold, and that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Please don't make fun of me for this, but yes, thank you.